Welcome back to Press Review In Depth. Israeli warplanes have been bombarding Gaza today, continuing what the Israeli army is calling Operation Protective Eagle. Over 50 Palestinians have been killed since Monday. Israel claims they are under attack following the abduction of 3 teenagers and repeated fire from Hamas onto Israel. Let's see what the press analysts are saying. A piece in The Atlantic magazine says the youth are at the centre of Israeli-Palestinian developments. The article says Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas is now 79 years old, while Netanyahu is 64. Each has spent almost a decade in power. Netanyahu's terms haven't been consecutive. There is a limit on how long they can retain control over their young and increasingly restless population. The median age in Israel is 29.9 and in the West Bank 22.4. The article adds the Israeli right wing covers the political spectrum from Netanyahu's Likud party, the core of the current governing coalition, to Naftali Bennett's pro-settler Jewish Home Party. According to polls taken in Israel in the last national election of 2013, 2/3 of first-time voters defined themselves as right-wingers. Israelis under 35 were also the most likely to say that the country is heading in the wrong direction and to agree with the statement most of the Western world is against Israel. Many young Israelis are also pessimistic about a two-state solution being struck. The article says West Bank-based Haredim, the most religiously observant Jewish sect, have an average of 7.7 children per family. Not all Jewish settlers are right-wing, and surely not all children of right-wing parents become conservative voters themselves, but many do. Speaking of the impact of the intifadas, the article adds they had another major consequence, cutting off contact between the two sides. Before the first intifada, and to a lesser extent before the second, Israelis and Palestinians had occasion to interact with one another. The article adds many Palestinians only know Israelis as soldiers and settlers whom they see but never speak to. The Israeli government restricts its Jewish citizens from entering Arab areas of the West Bank and Gaza for fear that they will be kidnapped or killed, and has limited the number of permits for Palestinians trying to enter Israel since the spate of suicide bombings in the early 2000s. And Deutsche Welle today features a piece arguing that US dithering in the Middle East threatens years of peace work and is destroying the country's influence in the region. In the wake of Palestinian rocket attacks and Israeli reprisals, conflict has escalated. The article says after the peace initiative promoted by US Secretary of State John Kerry went nowhere, the Americans are now seemingly powerless, their efforts in tatters. Highlighting the contradictions of US policy, the article adds the Obama administration threatened the Egyptian generals with an end to the billions in military aid if they continued human rights violations, only for John Kerry to travel to Cairo a short time later to sheepishly announce the resumption of military aid, only a few days after supporters of former President Morsi were sentenced to death en masse. The article also says Iraqi Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki seems to have been able to get over the American military's failure to provide him with air support in the fight against ISIS. Evidently, Iran and other allies are compensating for the lack of American support. For more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.